Another month has come and gone, which means it's another month full of pickups for the game collection. What's up, Grim Crew? Welcome back to the channel. I am the Grim Gamer. My friends call me D. This is another update video regarding the collection, the video game collection, and what I've picked up over the course of this last month. Now, this one is nowhere near as much as the previous month. Again, I had a lot of overtime that previous month, so that was not normal. And so this month it's only about half as much, but still enough to where I feel like I could do a video like this, and you know, instead of dragging out for multiple months. This one had a little bit of a theme going, at least for the first little bit. So I started looking on a couple of my other consoles, and at one point I was buying several games digitally, and at that time I didn't mind that, because I mean, some of the digital deals are very hard to pass up, right? But over time, as time has gone on, I would just rather have the physical copies of things. Now, there are some games out there that digital is the only way to get them. So, I mean, sometimes it is what it is. But if there are physical editions, I would rather have that. And sometimes you just wind up paying for those, right? And so a couple of these are a little pricey. However, it is what it is. And so some of what I've spent could have went a little bit further if I wouldn't have done that, and in case of one or two of these, if I would have waited a little longer, I could have got some at better deals, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go down the list in order of which I got them first, like earliest in the month and going down, and adding up just how much it was that I've spent over the course of the month. So we're going to get started with this first game here that I have done a full playthrough on the Twitch account. So here on the YouTube channel you can see the entire playthrough of this in a playlist, but I really enjoyed this game. This is one that I did have digitally that I wanted to have a physical version of it, because I really enjoyed this game. This is Arcade Paradise. This specific version on the PlayStation 5. I really loved this game. And the fact that this game has another, what was it, 40 or, yeah, something like 40 games, this with the DLCs included that adds several more cabinets, but over like 40 games built into this game. And all, maybe not all based, but a lot of them are definitely based on old arcade classics. For instance, there's one, it's like a Pac-Man clone, but it's dressed in like Grand Theft Auto aesthetic, which it just, a combination you just would not think would work, and it does. It's fantastic. And then there's other classic things like pool and darts. They got like a Dance Dance Revolution version in here. They got beat 'em ups in here. They've got like a Missile Command knockoff, Breakout, just so many classics that they went and made their own versions of for Arcade Paradise, and it really made this a lot of fun. And all of the different games built in, they all play fantastic. So one of my favorite things, I think, is at one point you can wind up getting a cabinet that's like it's a beat 'em up, and I forget the name of the game within the game, and I've always loved being able to play a game within a game. That's always something that's awesome to me. But this one, I think, is the first time I've ever seen where you can play a game within a game within a game. Because you can get this arcade cabinet at some point, and in that arcade game, you can go into a different building and play very basic versions of like Frogger and I think another Breakout clone, things like that. There was like 4 different games within that game, within this game, that you could play, and it was just so much fun. It was so cool. Got this one off of eBay. This one did cost me a little bit. This one cost me with tax and shipping $47.69. Again, this is one that I don't see physically very often, and so I don't think it's really worth that much. I mean, it's worth a couple dollars, but I don't think it's worth near $50. I don't think, last I looked, but it's not one that I see physically all that often. But this one did have the sticker sheet still included, and it still got a pretty good sized poster in here as well. So everything was still in here, which of course I like having complete stuff. So complete in box for Arcade Paradise on the PlayStation 5. Again, I really enjoyed that game. Had to have that one in a physical. Next up is actually a bundle for 2 games that I bought digitally a couple years ago, I think, and yet have still never played. And yet I'm like, no, you know what? I want physical editions of stuff now. And so I had to have this one as well. Unfortunately, I had to get a different version that is not like the North American release, because the North American release is stupid expensive for reasons I don't understand. But what I got next is Unravel, the Yarny bundle. Again, this is the PAL version, because the North American version is running like anywhere between $120 and $150, and I'm sorry. Again, like I said, I haven't played these yet, but I've seen gameplay of them, and they do look like they'd be fun. But I don't feel like it's worth $150. I really don't. Now, in last month's video, you seen that I bought Unravel 2 on the Switch, with the intention of getting the first Unravel in a physical form. But in this bundle, it's the only way that you can get a physical version of the original Unravel, apparently, at least from what I can tell. So I had to have this version in order to have the first one in a physical form. And again, I wasn't going to pay $120, $150. So this version, this PAL version, ended up running me with tax and shipping. Also got this off of eBay for $49.42. So luckily, you know, no region lock, that kind of thing. And so this one I should be able to still play all in English, no problem. And typically I would not buy like a European release, but to only spend like a third of what I would for the North American release, I'm like, I guess that's just going to be the way that that's going to work. So up next, these next 3 games, you would have seen if you would have watched my last Nostalgic Nick's Retro Game Box unboxing. And that's, if you're not familiar with those, occasionally, whenever we get the chance and I have a few bucks, my best friend and I, Nostalgic Nick, will go out to a game shop, and I'll give him some money, I'll give him an empty box, and he will go into the store of my choosing with a list of games that I already own for specific consoles, and with the task of getting me certain games for certain consoles, but it's at random. So it's essentially my own take on one of those retro game boxes that you can get, like the GG Retro Box, or the Video Games Monthly, or the Retro Game Treasures, stuff like that, except I'm giving him money, he's going into a store, he's getting me games, and then I come home, I unbox them. That's what these next 3 came from. So he walked out of that shop in that video getting me Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai on the PSP, Toe Jam and Earl on the Sega Genesis, and a complete in-box copy of Soul Calibur 2 on the Nintendo GameCube. And all of these, all together, now actually I will specify too, this, the Dragon Ball Z on the PSP, when he bought it for me, it was loose. It was just the loose game. Just a couple days ago, I did find the manual and the case so that I could complete it. But when he bought it for me, it was loose. So he was able to walk out of that store, and that shop was Destiny Games. All 3 of these out the door for $60 even, which by the time I looked all of them up on price charting at that time, it actually got a pretty decent deal for all three of these. So I did record a little bit of gameplay of each one. If that's something that you may be interested in, then check out the Nostalgic Nick's retro game box unboxing round 3 video. Probably be a link here as well. But yeah, all three of those for $60 even. So I'm happy to have those. Up next is the most expensive one that I did buy this month. And now that I have it, and I've looked it up again just recently, I got this maybe, I don't know, halfway through the month. And now I found one just yesterday or 2 days ago that's about half the price of this. And that kind of burns me a little bit. But it is what it is now. But another one of the games that I had digitally that I still haven't played yet, and when I looked it up, seems very hard to find physically. Just not very many of them online. And so when I finally found one, I felt I just had to snag it. I just had to pick it up because I didn't know when I was going to see another one again. At least from a seller that had you know, a good seller rating. Again, this was on eBay. So up next on the PlayStation 4, I've got Road Redemption. This one is still sealed. This one has not been cracked open yet, and partially why it was so expensive. Again, I just seen a open copy just a couple days ago for around 35 bucks. And that hurts because this sealed copy, which was the only North American one that I saw at the time of buying this, and the other ones I think were like basically all the Japanese ones or something when I bought this. Just not very many of these on eBay at that time. This sealed copy, tax and shipping and all, wound up costing me $67.83. Again, I should have waited, but I have a problem. I have a big problem where I see something and it's I get paranoid, basically. Like, if I don't get it right this second, I'm never going to see it again. So I need to just scoop it up now. And I do that a lot. And I need to stop doing that because that's cost me now a couple different times. And it cost me here because I could have got this about like half the price practically now, it seems, at this point. But I do have it brand new, sealed, which is nice. Whenever I do get around to play it, obviously that's going to be different. We'll be cracking this one open because I'm not buying a second copy. Besides, a sealed copy is still, like on price charting, not worth the price that I paid for it. This one, in hindsight, was kind of a stupid purchase in my opinion. But regardless, it's done. And I have it, so there is Road Redemption on the PlayStation 4. Up next, another one off of eBay. Most of these came from eBay this month. Didn't get a chance to really do any retro game hunting or anything like that. But one game that I had growing up on the Game Boy, which was one of my favorite games on the Game Boy, was Micro Machines. Well, this isn't on the Game Boy, but I found Micro Machines on the Sega Genesis. And just to test it, because again, it's a cartridge-based game, so normally when I get stuff like this, I'll normally at least fire it up in the console just to make sure it's going to work. And so I did play a couple minutes of this once I got it, and essentially it is the exact game that I remember from my childhood on the Game Boy, except this one just has better sound and it's all in color, which is really nice. So I hope to do like a one-off stream or something on the Twitch account at some point of this. The interesting thing to me about this one is that it was done by Codemasters, and it's just got a very awkward shape for a Sega Genesis cartridge. I don't think I've ever seen any other cartridge that shape before on the Genesis. But regardless, I'm happy to have this one. This one ended up costing $21.20. So, yeah, got Micro Machines now. These next ones, when I say from my childhood, this takes me way back. These may be some of the earliest games that I remember playing as a kid. And these ones were on PC, and nobody's going to care about these but me. Except for my brother, who when I said I picked these up, he's like, dude, I remember those, and when you get a chance to play them, let me know. I may have to come and visit you, and I might have to play these with you. I don't think you are going to be allowed to play these without me. So I got that to look forward to. But these ones take me way, way, way back, and again, nobody but us is going to care about these, and probably seem extremely silly to everybody else, but I came across these actually by accident scrolling through eBay for something else, and when I remembered them, there was something in me that just said I had to have them. And I got two of them in a single purchase. Tonka Garage and Tonka Construction on PC. And again, I know, it's like, D, what the hell? I know, these are stupid, silly kiddie games, but you know what? Just seeing the box art of these, and I went, oh my god, I remember those. Oh, I kind of miss those. I want to play those again, and I don't know why, but I saw them, and I had to have them, and luckily, I'll probably show a screenshot of it right here, but just yesterday, prior to filming this, I was able to get these to work. Now again, these came out so long ago that the required specs are like Windows 95. And some, like newer PCs and stuff don't recognize PC games that are this old. Luckily, I still have in my closet a old computer from years ago, and it's a Windows XP computer. And recently I got a little converter to convert the video out to an HDMI so that I can still hook it up to my capture card and I can still use that PC to do some games on. So I have a way, if I want to be able to stream these here in the future, because I fired them both up, I got them to work. I don't know, probably because of the rig, there's still some troubleshooting I might have to do, but the sound isn't the greatest, but stupidly enough, am ecstatic to be able to play some Tonka here in at some point. I don't know why. It just brings me back, all the way to my childhood. So those ones together, combined again, those ones off of eBay together, tax and shipping together, these cost me $18.21. So had to put a price on part of my childhood there. But up next we got something that is a lot newer, something that I've been wanting to get a hold of for quite some time, and this is one of those examples. I waited instead of getting it right away because I got it a little bit cheaper. On the Nintendo Switch, I've got Sonic X Shadow Generations on the Switch. This is the Day 1 edition. And I found this one, and I bought this one specifically because it does still have the journal, the Gerald Robotnik's journal, still inside, and it's still got the redeemable code that the seller claims has not been redeemed for the Sonic Adventure Legacy skin. So all things that were included with this one. The little journal is actually kind of neat. I think it gives the from Gerald Robotnik's perspective of the experiments and, the creation of Shadow with, handwritten stuff in here. Well, I mean, it's printed, obviously, but to make it look like it's hand-printed with drawings and other pictures and stuff. And it's a really neat little bonus that once I realized that there was releases that had that, I had to have that. So I actually mentioned this at some other point, and I think it's when I did my top 5 Genesis games video. I don't play Sonic all that much, and I didn't buy this for Sonic. I bought this to play the Shadow campaign. I recently did a one-off of Shadow the Hedgehog on the PlayStation 2, and it was sort of disappointing. At least the the gameplay of it, the performance of the game itself. So I've been looking forward to this, and I want to play the Shadow campaign in this. I finally get that opportunity. This Day 1 edition with the journal and the codes and everything still included. This one was off of eBay, cost me $29.68. So happy to have that one. Up next, another one from my childhood, and that probably nobody but me is going to care about. But this one has a lot of good memories for me, and so I had to have it. This is a collector's edition, but, you know, collector's editions were not all that big of a thing back when this came out. But up next, on the PlayStation 1, we've got NASCAR 98, the collector's edition. This is the 50th anniversary edition. This one has a medallion that's still glued on the cover for that 50th anniversary of NASCAR. And this one, compared to the original version of NASCAR 98, has a few additional features. So they added the Darlington racetrack to this version that was not in the original release. And, of course, the cover art race car driver there, Richard Petty, in the 43 STP car, is a playable driver in this version of NASCAR 98 as well. This is one of the NASCARs that I played the most as a kid. I did a one-off of this some time back. I borrowed my father's copy. He still got that original version that we played as kids. But I had to have and wanted to have a copy of it for myself. The only difference, the only thing, is there is a crack here in the front, but I don't want to try to like get this medallion off. It's still intact, and I just kind of want to leave it alone. I wanted to have this for my own personal collection because I do have very fond memories of this one. I got this one actually off of the Shop Goodwill site. And nobody else was going to bid on this, so I got this for tax, shipping, and all for $12.59, all complete. I'm happy to have that. I've been wanting a copy of that for quite some time, and I'm happy to have one now. This next one, I started going down the rabbit hole of like advertising type games. And sometime back, I did a one-off of Cool Spot, where you got to play as the little 7-Up spot. And it got me wondering, like, what other kind of games are out there? And this next one, or one of these next two, because this next one is a bundle also, actually kind of falls into that category. This one is another one of the pricier ones of the month, but I'm excited to play at least one of these. The other one I actually don't really even care about. But I was able to get the one game that I did want in this bundle this way, cheaper than the single game by itself. On the GameCube, we've got Outlaw Golf teamed and paired with Darkened Sky. This is complete. It does have both games, and it does have both manuals, one for each game. They stuffed that all in one case here. I do got some stickers and stuff I'd like to get off. The EB Game sticker. I used to go to EB Games when I was a kid. That's where we got a bunch of our games. I might leave that sticker on there just because. But anyways, I bought this for Darkened Sky. And Darkened Sky apparently is like a action-adventure game that has Skittles in it. Apparently, the developers wanted to work with the Mars company and use M&Ms, and then they also got the licensing rights to Skittles. And so you collect. Apparently, I've only played a minute or two of it just to make sure it was going to work and function. But apparently, you go around and you collect Skittles, and that's how you like either upgrade your character or use spells or something. And so I really want to try Darkened Sky because it sounds interesting. And then of course there's Outlaw Golf in this as well. And again, tax, shipping, and all. This one came also off of eBay. Got this one for $52.49. And so just Darkened Sky alone, I was seeing going on eBay for like $60 or more. So to get the bundle for cheaper was nice, and the fact that it's all complete, Both games, both manuals, and besides some stickers, it's all in pretty decent shape. So at some point over on the Twitch account, get to see some gameplay from Darkened Skies, and we'll go collect some Skittles. But that was it. That was everything that I picked up throughout the month of September. Adding everything together, total spent came out to $359.11. So, again, nowhere near as much as last month, but last month was a little bit of an anomaly. But still, some really, really good pickups. Many of them I'm very happy to now add to my collection, that I'm ecstatic and excited to get some gameplay in of. Some that I'm just happy to have physical editions of that I only had digitally at one point. There are still a few other games that I have digitally that I need to get some physical copies of. So that's, looking to do that in time. But yeah, I don't think it was really a bad month. Some of these games I overpaid for, but some of them I got at a couple of decent deals. So, you win some, you lose some. But overall, not terrible. Let me know in the comments what your favorite game is in the comments of what it was that I picked up this month, or which game you might be the most interested in, what might be the most interesting to you that I picked up this month. And if you like this video, hit the like button. It helps out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss out on any other content coming to the channel, whether it's updates on the game collection like this one, or retro game unboxings, retro game hunting, the live stream replays that get uploaded from my Twitch account, or anything else that it is that I decide to do. So with that, that's it for me for this one. I am D. I am the Grim Gamer, and I will catch y'all next time.